back in public, Tommy, please?
Yes, certainly. We've just started the recording again, Chair. We're just finalising that now. And yeah, you're good to go. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're now back in public session. I'll go back to questions from members. Sorry. Councillor Hurley, did you have a question?
You should be back in now. Yes.
Thanks, Chair. Yeah, it was just obviously we're going to have a much closer relationship now working with Celtic Leisure, and I'm assuming that this will be reviewed as we go along, or will it be at the end of the 5 years where it might be reviewed again and with the situation change, be it financially or better performance? Thank you.
Chris, did you pick that up? Councillor Hurley, can you get closer to the mic? Because
going to be monitoring the contract.
Oh, you did have it, Karen, did you? Yeah, okay, we have let Chris know what you said. Chris?
Thanks. Yes, we will really be monitoring the contract very closely. And actually, at the moment, we're monitoring it very much from a financial perspective. We will tend to monitor it from a performance perspective a bit more closely as well.
Thanks, Chris. Jeremy, you get that? Yeah. Councillor Griffiths, did you want to come in with a question?
Thank you, Chair. Just a quick one. Are the figures we have a full reflection of the financial situation? Would having more detailed breakdowns of Celtic's finances and accounts be likely to make any material difference to the decision before us?
So the proposed fees and option 2 has really been worked up using data and forecasts from Celtic Leisure themselves, and our colleagues in finance meet regularly with Celtic Leisure and work very closely with them to understand the pressures on the business. So no, I don't believe that having a more detailed breakdown at this stage would make any material difference.
Right, Wyndham. Thanks, Chris.
Okay, thank you.
I don't see any further indications from members. I think they've all actually contributed. Can I ask the Chief Executive to come in at this point, please? Thank you.
Thank you, Leader. Thanks for letting me come back in. I just wanted to make a point, really, that the Council fully supports insourcing of services, and the assessment that we're making here is an assessment based on value for money grounds and affordability. So we have got examples, as you know, members, within the proposed budget strategy where we are looking to insource other services, because in those particular circumstances, that is the affordable and value for money option. It's just unfortunately the case, as far as Celtic Leisure are concerned, that is not where we are at the moment. And obviously with the passage of time, that position may well change. So I just wanted to make that statement, Leader, because I think it's very important that the staff of Celtic Leisure do not feel that we are dismissing the idea of those services at a point in the future coming back into the council's employment. That may well prove to be a good option in the future. It may not. But I think I just wanted to make the point that we haven't got a predetermined position as to whether we directly provide things or we don't directly provide things. It's very much on a case-by-case basis.
Thanks, Karen. I think that's a very important point to make. Before I go to the recommendations, I just want to say I don't intend to reiterate what my Cabinet colleagues have mentioned this afternoon, but I would like to provide some additional context regarding our current situation and the reasons behind our beliefs, which align with what you have heard from others today. The efforts have been made to reach what I believe is the appropriate conclusion and decision regarding recommendation 2 for the future of leisure services in Neath Talbot are commendable. This recommendation aims to protect jobs and services with Celtic Leisure, along with a proposed additional investment of £1 million to enhance the service moving forward. We have already heard from Cabinet members and officers that we will continue to work with the board to seek ways to improve working conditions, pay and pensions for Celtic Leisure employees. Should we receive further funding from Welsh Government and UK Government in the future, that could become a real possibility. Earlier, we discussed the difficulties this year with our own budget, particularly concerning cuts or alterations to essential services that our communities depend on, along with the potential for compulsory redundancies amongst our workforce. We must recognise the severe implications of not obtaining adequate funding from the UK and Welsh Government for local councils now and in the future. The funding and support provided to Celtic Leisure have, in my view, undergone a thorough process, including scrutiny from officers, all members and union representation, allowing us to explore ways to deliver effective leisure services with safeguarding jobs and services both now and into the future. I want to express my gratitude to our Chief Executive, Karen Jones, corporate directors, particularly Andrew Thomas and Chris Saunders, and all other officers who have been involved in the process. I would also like to thank Cabinet Member Ken Phillips, who I believe has faced many sleepless nights, striving to discover a solution that satisfies all partners. Additionally, I appreciate all our council members and union colleagues who have recognising the financial implications and challenges in the initial options to bring leisure services back in-house that are no longer viable. However, they continue to collaborate with us to find an alternative way to protect pay conditions and pensions of the Celtic Leisure staff, which we all agree was important. Unfortunately, finding the necessary funding, as outlined in the report, is not feasible at this time. Finally, I would like to thank Rebecca Phillips, the chair of the Education, Skills and Wellbeing Scrutiny Committee, and all her committee members. On Thursday, September the 12th, 2024, her committee, along with council members, thoroughly examined the Celtic Leisure recommendations that has been presented to Cabinet today. Many members posed challenging questions to officers at that meeting, and Cabinet member Ken Phillips was there to witness this. The outcome of the meeting was that nobody voted against the recommendations, and in fact the majority voted for the recommendations that we're considering today. So I am going to go back to our papers now. I think we have given this a good airing, and I thank you all for your questions and officers' responses. I now refer members to the recommendation on page 478 of your agenda pack. I am looking to propose this agenda item, and can I have a seconder, please?
Rwy'n eilio, Cadeirydd, I second.
Thank you, Alan. Can I ask, are there any abstentions? I don't see any. Members, if you do not indicate to the contrary by raising your hand, I will assume that you're in favour of the recommendation.
No indications to the contrary, so option 2, officer's recommendation, has been approved.
Thank you, Tammy. Agenda item 20 are urgent items. I have no urgent items this afternoon. Agenda item 21 is access to meetings. So I now would like to say access to meetings report is on pages 503 to 508 of your report pack. So I need to resolve to exclude the public for the following items in pursuit of Regulation 4 in brackets 3 and 5 of your statutory instrument 2001 number 2290 and paragraph 14 of part 4 of your schedule 12A to the Local Government Act 1972. I propose that we now move into private session. Could I have a seconder, please?
Hapus i eilio, Cadeirydd, please to second.
Thank you, Alan. Any abstentions? I don't see any. Members, if you do not indicate to the contrary by raising your hand, I will assume that you're in favour of moving into private session.
No indications to the contrary. The recording is stopping now, and